Well, hello, and thank you for joining me today. It is Wednesday, middle of the week, and middle of your day. So I hope you are well. I thank you for joining me for my lunch bunch here on my Facebook Live. My name is Colleen Magness, and today you are creating with Colleen. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and today I will teach you what to do. I may teach you what not to do, but I promise I'm going to teach you something. So let me just boot up my computer, and I will do my best to watch the comments that we have going on. But today we are going to explore Stampin' Up's newest in colors. I got to tell you, they hit the ground running. Everybody loved the in colors. They're bright, they're vibrant. We're all ready to do away with winter and get this summer started. So what I'm going to show you today is how to make these two cards. Are pretty much the same layout, but I'm really introducing you to the in color products, and we have a special going on with Stampin' Up this month. It ends at the end of the month, May 31st. So I will tell you about that a little bit later, but you're going to want to know how to get some of these in color products free. So I've got, hey, Sandy and Barb and Lynn. So glad y'all are popping on. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'm sure others will pop on too. But let me just really quick show you the in colors that we have. So first we have, oh my goodness. Give me a minute. Stage fright. Oh my gosh, Parakeet Party. Good Lord. I'm gonna have to get my note cards out and start doing the tutoring again. We have Parakeet Party. Then we have Orchid Oasis. We have Tahitian Tide, Starry Sky, and last but not least, Sweet Sorbet. So these colors, again, are summertime. They're beautiful, and they will be in for 2 years. So Stampin' Up! Has their basic colors, the neutrals, regals, brights, and subtles. But then we have what's called in colors. And there are 5 style colors that are going on right now. They're all the trend. And they will be in for 2 years. So you'll be seeing these colors for 2 years. So hey, Edith and Sharon and Lee, Gwen, yay, the lunch bunch is here. Okay, so the set that I'm using, I'm actually combining the old with the new. This here carried over from the other catalog, and it's called Color and Contour. So I've always liked the set. It's whimsical, has some really nice sayings in it, but what sold me on it right from the start was the Scalloped Contours dies. And the reason I bought the dies even before I bought the stamp set was because I kept seeing these frames on everybody's cards. And I'm like, where is that coming from? Well, lo and behold, it comes from these dies. So with them, you actually get, let's see, 8 dies, but you have these beautiful frames that you can use. And even on this one, keep in mind, with the in color ribbon, I'll show you, it is so thin, you could lace it in and out of these holes. So there's a lot you can do. We have the contour frames here. We have a nice scallop to go on the bottom of your card. And then you have these 2 frames, dies I should say, that cut out these 2 flowers. Now as you can see, it is a 2-step stamping. And I like it because that's what I call a sloppy 2-step stamping. It doesn't have to be perfect, so it's right up my alley. So this here, you'll see when I do this, you're going to stamp the flowers, and then this will go on top. And they don't match perfectly, so you have a lot of wiggle room. I love that. So Gwen, you love this bundle and you use it all the time. Yes, especially the dies. I love both of them, but I did buy the dies even before I bought the stamp set because I was like, I have flowers, I don't need it. Once again, I was wrong. You're always wrong. I don't know why I just don't go with my first instinct. But the Scalloped Contour dies are amazing. So the designer paper that I'm using, again, your in colors. And there's actually, when you're looking at it, you actually have 4 patterns. So for each of the 5 in colors, you have dots, flowers, and then you have this plaid and stripes. So Barb wants to know what the dies are called. Barb, they are called the Scalloped Contours dies. number 155560. How's that? It's all on the package. Scalloped Contour Dies. So you have those 4 patterns. So again, we have Orchid Oasis, Sweet Sorbet, Tahitian Tide, love that. Reminds me of Tempting Turquoise, which I use so much. And then the Parakeet Party. I don't know why I'm struggling with that color today. And then, of course, the Starry Sky. So we are going to get going. Ellen popped in. Hello, Ellen. Now, to create this, you don't need a lot of pieces. Not like last week when we did the gift card holder, which was great. There was a lot of moving parts. Here, I'm actually using what we call thick white cardstock today. You can use the basic white cardstock for a lot of your cards, but if you really want to have, you know, the firmness like you would with the regular cardstock, you want to use the basic white, thick white cardstock. And it actually comes in vanilla also. It's nice to have around. So you're going to need a piece of 4 1/4 by 11, and I scored that at 5 1/2. And keep in mind, this is just a great card because you could do it with any designer series paper. Any designer series paper. But again, we're focusing on the in colors today. So you are going to need 5 strips that are 4 inches by 1 inch long. And then you're just going to need a scrap. I figured it's about 3 1/2 by 5 inches thick for the white basic cardstock. And again, I wanted a thickness on this frame when I put it on the front. And I really have to give credit. This is not my idea. This was a card I got, I think, last year from a gal named Michelle Helene. So, of course, I'm doing it with different colors, but it was her idea where I gleaned it from. And thank you, Michelle. I loved your card, and I think it's timely for today with the in colors. So I'm going to put these aside. So what you want to do is just take your white cardstock, the basic white cardstock. You're going to fold this in half. Let me grab my tools here. And you just want to crease this. Now you're going to put your designer series paper strips down. And y'all know this is probably very hard for me because, you know, being the drafter, I'm going to want it perfect, but close enough really always counts when you are stamping. So what you'll do is, I like to put the bottom and the top on first, and then I kind of split what's in the center. And y'all know my rule of thumb, you do not push down. Now, of course, the stamp and seal is strong, so I'm hoping I'll be able to pull it if I don't like it, but you never push it down until it's where you want it. So I'm just going to lay that there. Then I will take my Parakeet Party. Oh, look at me. I tell you one thing and do the other. Do your top. I was going 2 in order. Come on, baby. Let me go this way. It makes it easier. Oh, for the love of Pete. As always, I'm an encouragement to others who are out there trying to do videos. Just do it. It doesn't matter. Perfect is overrated. Thank God. So then I'll put this piece here. I can put this piece here. And then hopefully y'all all love me for my talents and not my perfection, because I'm in trouble if it's for that. Okay. And then this in the center. So I think it's easier instead of trying to work up or down when you're doing this, because you might get to the end here and find out you don't have a lot of room. So if you put your top and your bottom and work towards the center, once you like where it's at, just put it down and call it a day. Now for the frame, as you can see on the card here, for this frame, you have to cut the center out. So I'm not sure how Michelle did it. If you have maybe the regular rectangle dies that have retired, you could. But the easiest way for me was to cut it out. And I promise it's easy. So you are going to take your little cutter here. And keep in mind, as I've told you before, there's a magnet here. So I see this and I want to pull it up and it sticks. There's a magnet here up at the top. So just pull it up from this. And again, if you've ever missed it, my other trick is to take a piece of tear and tape and put it along the edge of your ruler. Now tear and tape, it's like a double-sided sticky tape. So what I did is I just tore one side off. It was sticky, I put it here, and I left that paper backing on. But that helps you see your numbers better. Because if not, you're talking about a clear ruler here. And I just think it's like one of the brightest things I ever thought of, because as my eyes got older, I needed a little help. So that's one of my coping skills I'm sharing with you. So on your piece here, again, this was probably close to like the 3 by 4 3/4 type size. Let's see. Drafter never has a ruler far away. Yes, 3 1/4 by about 4 1/2. So that is the scallop you want to use. And the easiest way I found to cut out the center is to take the top line. These are centimeters, but take that number 1, put the scallop right on that line, and then cut. Now you don't want to cut all the way to the dotted lines, but I think this works and it's pretty forgiving. So then you can take and do your other side, put it on that 1. It's right there at the top, the centimeter, not on the bottom part. Do another little cut, flip it, put it on the 1, and this is going to make a beautiful scallop frame for you. And then put it on this side here. And that comes out. You want to save this piece, and there's your frame. So easy peasy. In the beginning, I had my ruler out, and of course, I was marking it with pencil marks and everything, and then I paid attention when I put it on the cutter, and I said, you know what? That's much easier. Let's just do that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to stamp my flower, and I don't want to waste this part, so I will stamp on that. So I'm just going to take my paper Pearson mat, because this is a photopolymer set, and you want to have just a little bit of cushion, a firm cushion underneath it. So I'm going to use Shaded Spruce, one of my favorite greens, and then I'll just stamp on my card like that. Now, as I said, this is a 2-step stamp. So you can just take center here. Let me see. I'm going to come in with some Tahitian Tide. And again, don't think it's supposed to be perfect on here, because it's not. It's not. So I will take this. I need to pull it towards me just a little bit so I can get it somewhat in the ballpark. And then stamp up and down. So you could see it fills it, but it wasn't meant to be perfect. I'll give you a tip if you were one of those people who likes it perfect. And I get that. You know, there are times when sponging an edge, and some of my customers don't like to sponge edges. You know, there are times when I tear an edge. I like to tear edges sometimes to get a nice look to it. And some people are like, oh my goodness, I will not tear an edge. And that's okay. So hopefully this style is for you, because it's very freeing. I love it. But if it's not, it's a line arch, and you can actually color that in. I'll show you in a bit. So let me just check real quick so y'all know. Stephanie's in Wisconsin. Hey, Steph, I know you're there for the summer, I believe. And Sandy used those dies just on her last swap. And Sherry is with us. So Gwen, so welcome, y'all. Always thankful you are here with me. So what I'll do now, I want to color in these leaves. So I'll just give a squeeze of my ink pad, and then I'll open it up, and I have my color in the lid. So you never really want to put any of your, whether it's watercolor, you know, not a marker, the brushes in there, or if you have one of the blending pens like this, don't put it in there. Keep that nice, and just pick your ink up here. It's like your little palette. And then I'm just going to come in here with my blending pen and just add a little bit of this green, because again, I'm trying to highlight these new in colors. So I have my green. Then by the magic of television, I already cut it out. And I have to say, the die fits this great. It was a simple cut. Worked really, really well. So to put my frame on, I'm going to use a little something different too. Of course, I could use any of the dimensionals. We have, you know, the small ones, the large ones, and I'll use the small ones on the flower. But we also have what's called foam adhesive strips. Now for these, a lot of times we would use them to make a shaker card. So because you want a little bit of thickness. They are thicker than a dimensional, and they're also very sturdy, which is why I really like them. So I'll just come in here, and I'll snap a strip. And then on the back of my frame, that's where I'll put it. There we go, one. And it's really a good thickness for this too, which I like. I don't have to worry about anything hanging over the edges. Okay, so now I feel bad. I hear Lindsay and the kids downstairs, and I thought they were gone, and I had locked the door. So I locked them out of the house. I hope they don't think it's personal. It's not. It's not. I thought she had already left to go get Tyler Joe from school and was going straight to her mom's. They usually do that on Wednesdays. So moving on. Once I have this here, I will peel the strips off. And this will be nice and sticky and perfect to put my frame on. So I've peeled those off. Y'all, I'm just gonna pull it a little closer so I can try to get it straight. Drive me crazy if I don't. Okay, so I have that on there. Yep, straight enough, I can push it down. But it's nice because it really gives a raised frame to it, even more so, as I said, than a dimensional. Now for this guy, or gal, I will put on my little mini dimensionals. I think I could put one right here. And then I'm gonna take one and just cut it in half. I usually have trouble doing teeny tiny, but I wanted to support this stem and this leaf a little bit. So half will go there. And that stem is so thin, what I'll do is I'll take this dimensional and just cut that tip and put it on there. And I apologize for my inky hands. I was creating this morning, and you know, the first thing you always do is put your finger in the ink pad. But I am a firm believer, you're not stamping until you're wearing it. So I was stamping, having a good time. So I have my flower. I will slide that in the center, like that. And then of course, a little bit of Stella. She's got to get in here, my wink of Stella. Always prettiest in person. But that is the card for the front. And then to bring in a couple other of the in colors, I'm going to use the Starry Sky. And this is Thank You for Everything. And on this here, since it's kind of whimsical or whatever, I would look at the word for, because to me that's the one thing that would be straight. So I could just stamp in here, Thank You for Everything. And now for the flower, this is what I was telling you. Should have used my pad. There we go. What I was telling you for the flower, this I really didn't know how it matched up. So I really didn't worry about it matching up. I thought it was a cool flower either way. So I'm going to take the Starry Sky and the outline flower and put it on there. And then I'm just going to take the Orchid Oasis, and let me grab a scrap piece of paper because I want to stamp off ones. So I'll take the solid one and put this here. Want it a little bit lighter, so I will stamp off. And then I didn't even try to line it up. I think it's cute either way. Let me look at my other one. I may have, nope, I think that's good. It's kind of light, so if you don't like it, go again. What do you have to lose? There, I like that better. So, Thank You for Everything. Let me tell you about some of the other in colors. Let me show you the cards again just to go through this. So this is the card with the new in colors in the designer series paper. It is a 6x6 pack, and it is great because you know it coordinates exactly with your in colors. Now this I thought was pretty smart on behalf of Stampin' Up. This is actually a 6x6 glimmer paper that we have in the In Colors, and it's an ombre. How smart is that? So here we have Orchid Oasis, and you can see it goes from the light to the dark. Very, very pretty and sparkly. Then it's similar, but you can tell it's darker. This is your Starry Sky. This is your Tahitian Tide. This just makes me think like we're going to be able to use this for snow, for the holiday catalog. And I don't know if y'all know it, but the holiday catalog just posted online for us demonstrators to see, which is amazing to think we have that coming up in July 1st. We get to order next week on June 1st. So that is always a lot of fun. You no sooner get done with one wish list and you start the other. Then here we have that Parakeet Party. And last but not least, our Sweet Sorbet. So beautiful colors. So on this one, I use those. I use the In Color glimmer paper. And it works great because again, this works with any designer paper. So now on this card, this was one I did originally. All I had was the solid cardstock. And the strips are different. On these cards, these two here, you know, your strips are 4 inches by 1, even strips. Well, I wanted them to actually touch on this card. And so what I've done, I have it right here. I'll hold it up. Let me move these aside. So for this card, the card base is 4 1/4 by 11, and I scored it 5 1/2. So that is your white card base. The black piece, I wanted to offset these colors from the white, but I did not want it to, you know, have a big 1/4 inch border. So for the black piece behind here, this is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. And then to divide this without making yourself totally crazy, you need 4 strips that are 4 inch by 1 inch, and that's the 2 top and the 2 bottom. And then the center one is just a little bit bigger. That is 4 by 1 1/4. And then I just embossed it with the texture, painted texture embossing folder, which is phenomenal and goes with everything. And the artistically inked stamp set, which carried over. And again, fun, 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 especially with these colors that we have. So what I'm doing, I'm kind of like doing this. Diane Haba, her name was drawn for the gift card that we did, the Nature's Prince gift card. So I want y'all to do some chit-chatting on our Facebook page. I want you to tell me whether you like the glimmer or you like the designer paper. I think it's going to be hard to choose. And if you like and share my page, I'll put your name in a drawing and I will mail you the card that you selected. Now, I promised you I would tell you about coloring. You know, if you didn't like it, I like it. But here with this card, you can see the 2-step. It doesn't match perfect, but to me it does match perfect. I think it's great. Here, this is more in the line that's colored. And I think what I really like about any kind of a 2-step line artwork is that you can color it if you want. You can do the 2-step, or you can actually just take your flower. I'll use my shaded spruce again. Put it on here. And then at this point, the sky is the limit. I would recommend probably using the Memento Black for the blends, but you could use blends. You could use the watercolor painters. You could use our watercolor pencils. But all I did for this one is I just used my blending pen and again, the Tahitian Tide. So squeeze the center so you get the ink on the top, and then you just come in here and color. Now what you will have to be careful is you do have to remember that this ink is a classic ink. So it can bleed on you. I could actually pull in some of that green if I wanted to. But if I didn't want to, then by golly, just color like around it, because I think it looks more artistic and whimsy by not having it colored in like if it was a color book. Or like, you know, they used to make us color in kindergarten. We had to stay in the lines and oh my goodness, I guess it was good to teach us discipline, but it's really overrated as an adult. Just color any way you want, because it is fun. So here, all my color is on the inside, but you can see just how easy it is to do your coloring. Let me not forget that cute little bud. And then if I want to come in, good. Stephanie liked and shared. I'm gonna see what y'all are saying here in just a second. Come in here again with my lime green. So line art is great for all kinds of things. And then that's how you would just color your paper. Now with your Stamp and Blend, what you want to do here, the blender pen, to get that ink out, just rub it on a piece of white paper, scrap paper. And don't do this. I see so many people doing that, and oh my goodness, it's gonna make me have to go to a therapist. Just rub the edges, because that keeps that tip. Look how nice and pointed that tip is. I've used this forever. Keeps that tip nice. And what it does is it just drags that color out, and you're good to go to the next color. It's clear glycerin in here, which is great to create with. So let me put my cards out, and I'm going to tell you about that special to get your end colors for free. So let's see, Gwen liked and shared, Steph did, thank you all. Oh, let's see, we have Glimmer. Be sure to put down which card you want, so if I draw your name, I know which one to tell you. Barb, you're so easy. She likes them both. They're both so nice. Thank you, Barb. Looks like Glimmer, though. Looks like Glimmer is one of the winners here. Everybody loves bling. And there is bling on the flowers with the Wink of Stella. But let me tell you what Stampin' Up! Has going on until the 31st of this month. They have the In Color Starter Kit. So a great way to get product is to purchase a starter kit, because you only pay $99. There is no shipping and handling, and you select $125 in free product. So that can be out of the annual catalog, or it can be out of the mini catalog. So in addition to that, Stampin' Up! Is going to send you for free the 8.5 by 11 assorted pack of the In Colors, In Color grid paper, the 5 ink pad collections that you get, the 5 ink pads, and they're going to send you that designer paper for free, the 6 by 6. So that is like worth $66.50 of product in addition to the $125 you picked out. So just so y'all know, there is no obligation to stay active. You know, you do, well, I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. You do have to place a minimum $300 order, but it could be from yourself, friends, whoever, every quarter. But even if you don't do that, you actually, let me see, January, May, June, July, oh my goodness, August, September, October. You have till October. Let me do my math. January, February, March, April, May, June. Yeah, July, August, September. You have till September to be a part of the Stampin' family. No obligation. And if you did purchase, you're really going to save 20% off of everything that you buy. I have a wonderful team. We are a bunch of happy shoppers, myself leading the pack, and we do a lot of creating together. So if you're interested in that, let me know. You can actually go to my blog, creatingwithcolleen.com, and select Join Now, and it'll walk you through the process. But if you have any other additional questions, then please email me or contact me, and I'll be sure to get back with you. So if you want to place an order, there is our host code for the day. But I hope, oh, wait a minute. No, I didn't get them. Back up. See, I get too comfortable with you guys. It really should be a professional video, but it's not. It's real and it's our live. We also have the In Color brads, and I need to use those and show you a couple more things. So with the In Color brads that we have here, let me see. I'm just going to, let me put a couple of these on here. They do come in the 5 In Colors, so I will put that puppy there and get this one here, and let's put a little Sweet Sorbet up there. After all, you wouldn't want to have your card without the rhinestones. So there you go. But that is it for today. I hope you all enjoyed your time, and as always, I appreciate you so much. Yeah, Stephanie says she loves our embellishments. I do too, Stephanie. I can't believe I almost forgot them. My goodness. But any questions, let me know. I look forward to creating with you next Wednesday. I actually have an order coming in today, and I'm so excited because I spent the extra money to get it here in 2 days. Because I think, God willing, I have a little time this weekend, and I really want to play with some of the new products. So no telling what you get next Wednesday, but I promise it'll be fun. and I promise it will teach you something. So I love you all. Thank you. I'm going to go see what's going on downstairs with those grandbabies. And I hope you have a blessed, blessed day. Bye-bye.